Buddy, Draymond said that when you walked in, you were walking a little pep in your step, like you were walking a little bit different today. Was there something just about this day that you felt like okay, you're gonna get it going?
Tell Draymond I'm playing a big game tonight. No, but I was just locked in, just trying to find my joy. And no, I've never been in a situation before, and just trying to seize the moment and relish the moment, and just be in the moment at the same time, and enjoy the moment. Uh, and it was fun. A lot of nerves at first though, so I gotta like be myself. If I'm not acting normal in the locker room, everybody it's not normal. So just trying to be myself. But tonight was fun. Thank all glory to God.
How'd you get rid of those nerves? That just that first shot going in, that do it or
Just I was talking to Lone earlier, and I was like, man, like I'm so glad I'm starting tonight because I don't know how it being coming to the bench because coming to the bench for the game seven is being really hard, you know. So just starting to get all the jitters out. It's a childhood's dream, you know. We all talk about game sevens. We all want to play in game sevens, but that actually playing in the game seven and getting prepared for it is one of the hardest things ever. And I'm just thank God for my mom and everybody that like prepared me, like put me in a situation that I can be prepared, being mentally and spiritually prepared for this. And my teammates, of course, Jimmy and Steph and Dre, those vets, they've been in the fire before and they know what it's like, and just follow their lead.
Steph and Clay over the years have talked about what it's like to be in the zone where it feels like the basket's enormous and everything's going in. What does it feel like for you tonight when you get hot like that?
Yeah.
And unrelated, what did Jimmy say to you after the game?
It was being in the zone is very spiritual. You know, just you and that rim and the net and the ball, and you just figuring it out. And sometimes you put anything up and it just goes in. But just being at peace with your game. And no, Jimmy didn't say nothing to me yet. You know, I'm not gonna get on Jimmy yet. You know, I'm gonna keep it calm. But today I had to fill his role in for them in the first half. You know, he was slacking, but we all weathered the storm, and it was a great team win collectively. Everybody they did everything in spurts, and we finally get out of the zone. Yeah. You know, when I shot it, I know I had a chance, and I didn't know it was going there. I know I had a chance, and it was like I say, I always want to give it a chance, and I felt that when that opened up, when I went in, that just helped me really come more relaxed, and I didn't celebrate too much because I know we had three more quarters to go.
You mentioned it's your first time through it with this team. What was Draymond's speech like last night? What did that mean? Just hearing that and knowing about this team, knowing about him, and have him talk about his own accountability, talk about what this means to him and to everybody.
It just shows true leadership. That's what it's meant. You know, that's what leadership is about. You know, he let it know that in Game Six he wasn't being himself, and I'm sure y'all talked to him what he said, but just him just letting us know what we had to do to complete this mission tonight, and it was fun listening to him. And just like I say, I wanted to play right then because it gave me so much chills. It was very emotional, and guys was nodding their head and like when a guy like that speak who's won four championships, who's been in the finals six times, he know what it takes to win. And just having that confidence and phone his lead, he's just true professional, true leader, and true example.
But his zone defense turned out to be a big part of this series tonight on both ends of the floor. What can you say about how you guys defended them and how y'all attacked their zone?
We finally cracked the make shot to get the zone. They stopped playing the zone. That was the deal. But we couldn't figure it out. And then after that, I think tonight we used Steph different, and we didn't kept him on the ball, and we was able to like adjust to a lot of things. And like I say, for you to be a zone, you got to make shots. And we made shots, and we took them out of it, and we forced them to guard our players like Steph and Jimmy, and we know that they're all world in that categories, and we're just trying to make them go one on one against our best players. There we go. Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Buddy. Oh my lord. Can you please?
well, I guess what can you say about Buddy's performance tonight?
Um, Buddy gets paid a lot of money to play at a high level. Um, you know, Buddy was Buddy tonight. Good for you, Buddy. Buttered. Good for you. No, Buddy was huge. But we know the type of basketball player that he is, and he's a tough cover for sure whenever he's making shots. But he made so many right plays on the defensive side of the ball, getting the ball where it needed to go. Buddy was really, really, really big for us tonight.
What did you see from Draymond today? Draymond talked about how he took accountability for, I guess, how he was in Game 6, and he made a speech at the pregame dinner. I was wondering what did you see?
I just saw Dre being Dre, staying poised, not let all the nonsense get to him, expecting what's going to happen. I think that was the biggest thing for him, not letting any of that get him out of character, compete, stay in the game, and be the anchor for us on the defensive side of the floor. And then make some big shots, start us off the right way, and control the offensive side as well.
Jimmy, Buddy had said that team meeting was, he called it emotional, but he credited your leadership, Steph and Draymond, with really getting him to lock in and everybody else. What did you say, and what was it like going through your first Game 7 with Draymond and Steph?
I mean, it's a pleasure to be able to compete in a Game 7 on the road with those two Hall of Famers. And, I mean, my message to my guys was I wasn't being who I was in a sense of pumping confidence into my guys. I think that's a part of my leadership that I've learned and gained throughout my years of playing this game at a high level. And I wasn't doing that for the first 6 games, so I wanted to make sure to let them know that I was going to let you know everything was going to be fine. We're right where we wanted to be, and I think I got back to being who I'm supposed to be.
How much did you guys need? It seemed like the last couple of games showed you really needed a secondary shooter, someone besides you and Steph to be making those shots the way Buddy did tonight. From beyond your entertaining byplay with him, strategically, how much did you need that, and what allowed that? Was there more space for him tonight, or?
No, I think we actually rebounded the ball better. We got to the loose balls. It's easier to score whenever you get the opportunity to shoot the ball at that side of the floor. We didn't turn the ball over. All of that plays a role in Buddy having a game that he did and guys being able to make shots at the clip that we did. So as long as we get the ball, secure the rebound, play in transition, it gets easier for everybody.
Jimmy, Fred VanVleet had been an issue for y'all the last few games. What was it about tonight, or how did y'all defend him differently tonight? Draymond was in here talking about him earlier, but how much of a focus was he for y'all, and what were y'all able to do against him tonight?
I mean, Fred's a tough cover, along with a lot of guys on that roster, but I think it's just making everything difficult, contesting every shot, not losing him in transition or in the half court, and then rebounding the basketball. You know, whenever you don't rebound and then they're kicking it out and you're walking into open threes, the basket gets bigger for anybody in this league. So I think we did a good job of controlling that.
This is your first time through with these guys. You mentioned obviously Draymond and Steph, and put Kerr in there too. He's been through with some of these, and I think Draymond said that after Game 6, Kerr put it on himself that he didn't have you guys prepared. What's it just been like to go through it with that kind of accountability from those 3 guys?
I think that's what real leaders do. They always try to take all the burden, but that's not the case. You know, Steve can't control if we're not getting the loose balls. He can tell us, but we're the ones that have to go out there and do it. He can draw up all the plays that he wants, but we're the ones that have to go out there and execute and play hard. But the fact that he's willing to take that for the guys is huge. You know, same with Draymond, same with Steph, same with myself, actually. There's so many guys on this roster. So, you know, we just talked about controlling what we can control, go out there and compete, and we know if we do that, we will win a game.
Jimmy, obviously Steph only had 3 points in the first half, but he still was leading in defensive rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. How do you explain his impact when his shots aren't falling, also knowing that he could go off at any time?
Yeah, I think that's a true definition of like I don't even know what you call it. The best player, one of the greatest, is that they impact the game in more than just scoring or shooting. So to be able to guard, to be able to rebound, to find guys when they're open, it's a hard job for him because he always got 3 people that's on him, and he's always making the right play over and over and over again. But we needed it, and then when it was time for him to make some shots, we needed it, and he came through.
You haven't had time to stop thinking about this game, but you've got you going back to Minnesota, second round series. Just what comes to your mind about this series, about this challenge? Obviously, quick turnaround for
Yeah.
game one.
Honestly, I got to like midnight to enjoy this win, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll focus on Minnesota come after midnight. But I'm worried about how I'm gonna get my coffee machine to Minnesota and how I'm gonna get my kids there.
Jimmy, Draymond was in here earlier. He said that this series actually made him a better player. Just curious, is there anything that you're going to take into the next series that you might have picked up from playing this team?
I'm gonna take how resilient we are as a group, coming from where they were, post trade before I got here, and the way that everybody locked in and made me feel welcome, and we took off this way, and we never wavered. The confidence never went anywhere. Really good group of hoopers, really good group of people. So that's what I'm gonna take into this next round is we got some guys that can play at an extremely high level, and on any given night, it could be anybody's night.
So much of the series was about you and Draymond battling their, double center lineup. You've been with Draymond now a few months, seeing, 6'5", 6'6", maybe. What, more appreciation do you have for what he physically has done over the last decade as basically a center?
A lot, but he's been doing that since he came into the league. What I respect more than anything is the way like he can talk to anybody and everybody, and it's so like on point and it's quick. Like the fact that he can tell me, hey, that's 2 loose balls you didn't get, no more. And I'm like, you're right. Or you talk to Steph and you can talk to BP and whoever it is, and it's like, you don't got to repeat it, I got it. Like I didn't know, and I respect it so much now that he'll talk to anybody and everybody quick, to the point, because it's all about winning. So all the battles that he goes through, it's his leadership quality of like getting to the point and moving on that I respect the most.
How would you qualify how physical this series was for you and him
Very,
down there?
very physical. More so for him, because he got to switch. He got to battle both of the bigs. I only got to battle, the big a couple of times, and I get to move out there to the guards. But all of that physicality ended with 4 wins for us, so we're happy.